So in this video we're going to introduce properties of dot products. So dot products, we're going to have 5 main properties that we define for dot products. So we say let u, v, and w be vectors, and these are going to be vectors in Rn. So it could be in R2, R3, Rn, and let C be a scalar. And remember, if C is a scalar, that just means that C is a real number from the real number line. And so we're going to identify 5 different properties. U dot v equals v dot u. So here we're identifying that dot products are commutative. The order in which you do the dot product doesn't matter. Dot products have a distributive property. So u dot v plus u is going to be u dot v plus u dot w. We've got a property here that is, I think, and from a practical standpoint, very useful. It says if you have a scalar, so a real number times the dot product of 2 vectors, that you can multiply the scalar times vector u and then do the dot product, or you can multiply vector v by the scalar c and then take the dot product of the result. And the practical application of this, one of the practical applications of this is, say you have a vector v and you notice that the components have a common factor. You could then factor that common factor out and then pull the common factor out front and take the dot product first. And what this allows you to do is take a dot product with components of smaller size, so the calculation's a little bit simpler, and then scale it if you need to actually scale it. Property 4 just says that if you have the 0 vector and you take the dot product of the 0 vector with any vector v, you get the scalar 0. Notice this has the vector notation. This doesn't. A dot product of 2 vectors isn't a vector, it's just a number, it's a scalar, and this is identifying the dot product of 0 with the 0 vector with v is just the scalar or real number 0. And here's another incredibly useful property, v dot v. If you dot a vector with itself, it gives you the size of the vector squared. So this just introduces the 5 properties that you'll need to be able to use, and we'll do sample proofs of 2 of those properties in the next 2 videos, and then you'll be asked to do some a couple of simple proofs in the homework.